All right, so we're back. So I got everything done in here. So essentially, what I did is I took 2 gallons of apple juice. I added 2 cups of sugar to each one, so 2 cups here, 2 cups there, for a total of 4. Shook it all up real well, and then I put it all in here. I also added some apple juice that I kind of heated up a little bit to bring the temperature up. It didn't do it as much. I'm not too worried about it yet, and I'll show you why. Those things that are floating around in there at the bottom, those are raisins. So here's the deal. The last phase that I do before I pitch the yeast, and all with the yeast that I'm going to do is pitching it, is literally tear it open and dump it in. Ooh, that sounds burning. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm steeping these raisins, and what I do is I do about half a pack per gallon. So I did 2 gallons, so I used an entire pack. And then I threw some of that pack of unsteeped raisins in there. What I'm doing is just trying to get out the sugars, and this is essentially yeast starter or yeast nutrient is what they call it. And essentially all it is it's steroids for yeast. So I'm going to go ahead and let that kind of boil up a little bit because I want to get all of these out. I could care less if it steeps, over steeps or whatever. I don't care if it's floating around or whatever. I'm going to take everything in there and dump it into my brew. And that'll do 2 things for me. One, that'll get the final temperature that I need to help with the yeast, which needs to be around 76, I think. Let me see here. It is 43. What? It says it wants it to be 104 degrees. Oh, okay. So this one's a little bit different. So this one's 104. So that means I am going to have to probably pitch it into this for a little bit. So I'll use a thermometer, try to get to around 100, and I'll actually pitch my yeast inside this stuff. So I'll let this cool down a little bit then and pitch it with this. With the bread yeast stuff that I usually do, bread yeast is about 80 degrees, I think it is, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Either way, with the bread yeast, I just kind of sprinkle it in. I've done the same thing with the wine, just sprinkling in. All I need to do is just make sure that it starts. Typically, as soon as you do this, it's going to take off, and then you're done from there. So that's pretty much it. So once this is done, I'm going to, and it's almost there, I'm going to pitch my yeast, which I'm just going to dump it in here to kind of get it going, to kickstart it. Pour it into my apple juice over there. Put the top on with the airlock, and then we're good to go. So that's it.